Welcome back to our 5th standard science online class. In the previous class, we completed skull, ribcage, and backbone. Dear students, take page number 86 in your science book. Today in this session, we are going to learn about limbs, girdles, and functions of the skeletal system. First, what is limbs? A limbs refers to one of the jointed appendages found either on the human body or on the body of animals is called limbs. What is limbs? A limbs refers to one of the jointed appendages found either on the human body or on the body of animals is called limbs. Do you know how many types of limbs are there in our body? Do you know how many types of limbs are there in our body? There are two types of limbs in our body. What are they? Upper limbs and lower limbs. Look at the picture display in your screen. First, let's see limbs. We have two pairs of limbs, the upper limbs and the lower limbs. First, let's see upper limbs. The upper limbs are otherwise called as arm. The upper limbs have two parts, the upper arm and the lower arm. Look at the picture given. In the first picture, the red color denotes the upper arm and the green color denotes the lower arm. The upper arm is made up of a single bone called the humerus. The upper arm is made up of a single bone is called the humerus. It is jointed at the elbow to a pair of bones that form the lower arm. A number of smaller bones form the hand, which is attached to the lower arm. Next, let's see lower limbs. Lower limbs are otherwise called as legs. The second picture is a lower limbs. The lower limbs also have two parts, the upper leg and the lower leg. The second picture, the red color denote the upper leg and the green color denote the lower leg. The upper leg is made up of a single bone called the femur or a thigh bone. The upper leg is made up of a single bone called the femur or the thigh bone. Don't confuse yourself with humerus and femur. It is the longest bone in the human body. Which one is the longest bone in the human body? Femur. Femur is the longest bone in the human body. The lower leg is made up of two bones that join the femur at the knee. The feet are made up of a number of smaller bones. All of you understand? Yes. Next, let's see girdles. What are girdles? Girdles are ring-like bony structure connecting the skull and the vertebral column to the upper and the lower limbs. The skull and vertebral column are studied in the previous class. There are two girdles present in a human skeleton. What are the two girdles present in a human skeleton? What are they? The shoulder girdle and the hip girdle. Look at the picture given. The first picture is a shoulder girdle and the second picture is a hip girdle. The shoulder girdle connects the upper limbs to the body. Upper limbs are otherwise called arms. The shoulder girdle connects the upper limbs or arms to the body. It is made up of the collarbone and the shoulder blade. Next, the hip girdle connects the lower limbs to the body. Lower limbs are otherwise called legs. The hip girdles connects the lower limbs to the body. Next, let's see functions of the skeletal system. Which organ system is responsible for our definite body shape? Which organ system? Skeletal system. The functions of the skeletal system are as follows. First one, the skeleton gives shape and support to our body. Which one gives shape and support to our body? Our skeleton. The skeleton gives shape and support to our body. Without the skeleton, imagine, without the skeleton, our body would be floppy like a jelly. What's the meaning of the term floppy? Floppy means hanging or falling loosely. Forget about walking, we would not even be able to stand without the skeleton. Next, different parts of the skeleton protect our soft internal organs. What are the soft internal organs present in our body? Do you know what are the soft internal organs? Brain, heart, lungs, etc. These are the soft internal organ present in our body. These soft internal organs are protected by our skeleton. For example, the skull protects the brain. The rib cage protects the heart and the lungs. The backbone protects the delicate spinal cord. Next, the skeletal system allows the movement of different body parts. The skeletal system allows the movement of different body parts. Next, fourth one. Many bones in our body are hollow. They are filled with a jelly-like substance called the bone marrow. Blood cells are produced in the bone marrow. Blood cells are only produced in the bone marrow. Today, we completed limbs, girdles, and functions of the skeletal system. Dear students, write down the homework. Read lesson 7 fully. Thank you, dears.